Hey guys, what is up? It's Monkozonky and welcome to my new updated hunter guide. There's a lot of new stuff in this guide versus the old guide. I think this one is going to be much better and more helpful to people who are looking to train their hunter. And also I do go pretty in-depth into some things in this guide, so just be aware that if you don't want to watch all of it, or if not everything in this guide is relevant to you, use the skip links down in the description of the video to skip to the part that you want to watch. Anyway, that's about all for this intro, so let's get into this and get into some gear that will help you while training hunter. So here are some things that can help you out during your hunter training. There's also a couple more things, but I'll go over the other things that can help you out later on in the guide when they actually come up. But just for starters, Grok camo will help you out in the desert, make you less likely to be seen. Larupia camo will make you less likely to be seen by hunter animals in Piscatorus and Felled-Up Hills hunter areas. The Arctic Bear you can summon at level 72 summoning, and this will give you an invisible plus 7 hunter boost. It's really handy. I would highly recommend to get this one if you don't have 72 summoning already. If you don't have that, you can alternatively just drink hunter potions. They're really cheap and they'll boost your hunter by plus 3, and that boost goes down by 1 level per minute. Also, if you don't want to do too much time hunting rabbits, one thing you can do is visit the Varrock Museum basement and talk to Orlando Smith and do a small little quiz. It takes like 10 minutes and it'll get you level 1 to 9 hunter right off the bat, so you can start off at level 9. There is a mini game focused around hunter that can be really helpful, and you can do this twice a day, and it starts at the top of every single hour. So it starts at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, so on and so forth. And again, you can only play it twice a day, which kind of sucks, but this is a really non-grindy way to slowly train hunter up over time. Also, the tickets that you get from this minigame can be extremely useful at later hunter levels. At the early hunter levels, just spend them on XP, but at the later hunter levels, well, I'll show you what the tickets are good for. But you just want to go to the yellow portal in the Tree Gnome Stronghold, as I showed you to get there. Once you enter in the portal, you pick up a Protea flower in one of the corners of the room, and you run around the room clicking on either moths or shaking bushes to get moths for your moth jar. Once your moth jar is full, you deposit it in the Big Chinchampa's nest, and you will get XP and points. The higher up your hunter level is, the higher level moths you can catch, and the better XP you will get. The best XP is at level 91 hunter, and at that level it's about 245k hunter XP per hour, considering it's 15 minutes per game. So starting out from level 1 hunter, what you'll be doing is feeding rabbits in the Vine Sweeper minigame. So you want to get yourself to any tool leprechaun. They're located at every single farming patch in game, so it shouldn't be too hard to find one. As soon as you're within the Vine Sweeper minigame, just buy roots from the farmer located at the house, and he'll give you Oogle roots, and you buy as many as you need. I'd probably stick with around 500 or so. And then you want to go into the field and just click on the rabbits that will be around. There's 10 rabbits per world. Once you have fed all 10 rabbits in one world, you want to quick hop on your friends list, or you can hop using the lobby to a different world and clear out the rabbits on there. It's pretty bad XP, only about 8-9k XP per hour, but luckily you'll only be here for about 40 minutes or so until you're level 20, so it won't take too long. From level 20 to either 27 or 29, depending on what you want to do next, you'll be hunting tropical wagtails. The reason why you don't start these till 20 is because that's the level when you can lay down 2 traps, and rabbits are faster, even though you can hunt tropical wagtails at level 19. So you just want to get yourself to mobilizing armies using either a Ring of Dueling or a mobilizing armies teleport, and then run to the Hunter Expert, which I will be running to in this video, so just follow my route. And then you can buy bird snares from her, and then just a little bit north of her, and also to the east and south, or kind of all around. There's some tropical wagtails, so lay down your bird snares anywhere you want. It doesn't really matter that much. There's not a huge difference between the spawn points, and you won't be here for very long anyway, since this is around 10k XP per hour normally. So not much faster than rabbits, but it is less click intensive, and you don't have to hop worlds, so it's a little bit easier to train than rabbits. But just hang out along with the tropical wagtails for a little while, and you should be level 27 or 29 in no time. The next method of training here is Cobalt Skilled Champas. The reason why not everyone might want to do these is they're about the same XP rate as Swamp Lizards, but less money. However, you don't have to bank with Cobalt Skilled Champas, so if that's your thing and you really don't want to bank and you find Swamp Lizards annoying, this is the place you want to train. Again, it's about the same XP rate, so it doesn't really matter that much. You won't be here for that long anyway, just a couple hours. So you just want to teleport with your games necklace to the Barbarian Outpost, and then just run where I am. North of Grand Tree, there's also a shortcut from the Grand Tree, but that requires like 32 agility or something like that. And you can only lay down 2 traps at a time initially. However, as soon as you get to level 40, the XP will speed up by quite a bit, because you'll be able to lay down 3 traps at once. So you just want to hunt the skill champas. For whatever reason in this video, they weren't very interested in my traps, but usually it's pretty easy to attract them, and you just hunt them, and quite easy. They're stackable. They sell for a few hundred GP each, but they're not really all that expensive, so don't expect to make bank here or anything. That's really for swamp lizards. Now, what I expect most people will be doing in this level range is hunting swamp lizards from level 29 to 46, and you can go past 46 if you want. The XP does speed up quite a bit at level 40. The only bad part about swamp lizards is they're crowded and you have to bank. Other than that, these are great. They're actually really good money. Once you reach around level 40, on a normal sort of economy, they're around 700 to 1 mil an hour. And during like a bonus XP weekend or something like that, they're more around 2 mil to even 3 mil per hour, depending on how crazy prices get. So depending on the time of year and depending on what sort of events are going on, these can be really good money, but that's also going to make them very crowded, as this is one of the best money making methods in the game for lower levels and really doesn't require hardly any stats at all. But just south of the Canopus Lodestone, make sure you bring some ropes and small fishing nets, and you can only lay down 2 traps initially, but as soon as you get level 40, you can lay down 3. Another thing you can do to make this method a little bit better is have a Terror Bird summon so you can store swamp lizards within it, so you can take a little bit longer before all of your bank trips. So if you really like the money of swamp lizards and you don't mind how slow they are compared to higher level methods of training, you can go ahead and stick with them. However, if you're really after XP per hour, the next thing you're going to be doing is Viridian Skill Chompas. These are a little bit faster XP than Orange Salamanders, which is why we're skipping Orange Salamanders entirely. What you want to do is get yourself to Port Phasmatis. The best way to do this is with an Ectophile. You can also just run from the Canopus Lodestone if you don't have Ghost Ahoy quests done yet, and you want to make sure that you're bringing box traps with you. Now we're going to be going down by the Araxi lair, but don't worry, we won't be fighting Araxor. That's not really part of training Hunter in most situations, and you want to go ahead and hunt the Skill Chompas, which are all around the lair. They're also kind of on a hill, which is a bit strange. Probably one of the few training methods in the game where you train on a steep hill, now that I think of it. And you just want to lay your traps. You can lay down 3 at a time, and as soon as you reach level 60, you can lay down 4, but we'll be moving spots at level 60 anyway, so it's not really all that important. And anyway, it's pretty good XP, a very good XP upgrade from the swamp lizards of previous, and you should be getting levels pretty quickly here. From level 60 to 68, the best place to train XP per hour wise is red salamanders. These also have the problem of being a little bit crowded at peak time, so just be aware of that. But grab your trusty ropes and small fishing nets and teleport to the Spirit Tree and the Battlefield of Khazard, or you can just run south from Artie, but that's quite a trek, so I'd recommend getting Spirit Trees for this one. And then we'll be going to the place where the old ZMI altar is, and there's only one spot, one good spot at least, where you can hunt red salamanders, and that's why it can get a bit crowded, because it is the best training method for these range of levels. And also, unfortunately, you make no money from this. So if you really like Viridian Skill Chompas, they do increase in XP after level 60. You can stick with them if you like the fact that they're a little bit less click intensive to train on, and also you make a little bit of cash from it as well. However, red salamanders are going to be quite a bit faster in terms of XP. So just set up your traps. There are 4 traps, and it's kind of a long run to the 4th one, but it is worth setting them all up, and you will be able to set up all 4 at level 60. And again, pretty good XP per hour. It gets close to 120k XP per hour when you get to the higher levels, but you won't be here for too long, just till level 68. From level 68 to 78, you'll be hunting Azure Skill Chompas, and these are located in the snowy Fremennik Hunter area, so you want to just go to the Fremennik Lodestone. That's the easiest way to get there. There's also a fairy ring, which is a little bit closer, and the code to that is DKS. However, I'm sure that not everyone going for Hunter and still is just at kind of a mid-Hunter level will have access to fairy rings, so I made sure to include the Fremennik Lodestone in there, and that's pretty easy to access. So these are probably the longest run from the teleport spot to the Hunter area, but the good thing is you don't have to bank with Azure Skill Chompas at all unless you DC and lose your traps or something like that. So you can just stick here for as long as you want, because the Chinchompas are stackable. Now these are pretty good XP. They're slightly faster than red salamanders, but these are definitely better than red salamanders because you make a little bit of money. They're not worth the most money, but you can make a solid 400, 500k profit an hour, which is a lot better than the 0 that you'll be making at red salamanders. And also the XP is a little bit better, and you don't have to run around nearly as much. So a whole bunch of things that Azure Skill Chompas have over red salamanders, and I think they're really a great update to the game. Fairly recent monster to hunt, of course. So here's where they are located finally, and you just want to lay down your traps. There's lots of spawns. I couldn't really tell much of a difference where you lay down your traps. It all depends on where the spawns are, and they kind of run all around the place. Just kind of set them up in the middle and go ham on the Skill Chompas. So once you reach level 72 Hunter, you unlock the ability to do Charm Sprites. You can do these anytime you want, however, the earlier you get them done, the better. I will admit they are not fun to hunt, they're quite annoying, they're quite click intensive, but it is worth it in the long run. Not only are they pretty decent XP, you get a fair amount of charms from doing them. It only takes about 2 hours. It took me 1 hour and 48 minutes, I believe, to catch my 1000 Charm Sprites, but I was going pretty hard. So if you're more of a casual hunter, it might take more around the lines of 3 hours. And you also get a 5% bonus XP Yaktway stick that you can carry around everywhere. This was the enhanced Yaktway stick that I mentioned earlier, and this is really going to help out in the long run when you do hunters. So it really is, the earlier you do Charm Sprites, the better. I'd recommend to just go and grind it out when you get 72. Your level does not matter because there's no failure rate. All you do is you click on the Charm Sprites and you always catch them, so it doesn't really matter whether you're 72 or 99 hunter. The XP rate is the same. The XP is only based on how fast you're actually going and how hardcore you are of a Charm Sprite hunter. But anyway, this is also a comp cape requirement, so if you ever have plans of getting comp cape in the future, it's technically more efficient to get this done before you get 99 hunter. Good luck! So for the next method, we will be going into Jidenko hunting, so I have to quickly show you guys how to get set up for the Jidenko lair before we actually go into that method, because you will need Jidenko seeds, and you will need a lot of them. It'll also be quite a bit of a grind to get these seeds, so just be aware of that. So the first thing you want to do is buy a Juju Teleport Spear Bag off the GE, and click on it. You will go to the Juju Hunter area. You want to get yourself a Super Compost and a red Vine Blossom, or really any Vine Blossom seed. It doesn't matter what the color is, and you want to plant that. Now after this, you have two choices. If you have 80 Slayer, you can kill Jidenkos for seeds. If you do not have 80 Slayer, but you have 83 Wood Cutting and 83 Fire Making, you can cut the Jidenko Curly Roots for seeds. Both of these are pretty easy to do. If you don't have either of those, your only option is to hunt the common Jidenkos for seeds. They only require 70 Hunter. You can do that if you want. I would not recommend it though, because it's just so slow. So if you don't have 80 Slayer at least, or 83 Fire Making and Wood Cutting, I'd recommend to go get one of those. If you really stubbornly don't want to do either of those and you want to hunt common Jidenkos for your seeds, you can do that, but it's going to take you absolute ages, so it might be a better idea to just stick with Azure Skill Champas until a higher level, if that's really what you want to do. You only have to go till 80, and then there is a method to train Hunter that's really good XP, but it's not something you can grind out. It's kind of something you can only do for a certain amount of time per day, and we'll get into that when that happens. But once you actually go down in the Jidenko lair, you can just chop the Curly Roots and burn them, or you can kill the Jidenko babies, which require 80 Slayer. The guards require 86, and the males require 91. The higher level of Slayer monster you kill, the more favor points you'll get per kill. Also, the fire making is kind of AFK, like the actual cutting of the roots part isn't, but when you light the fire, it's pretty AFK, so that's something to look forward to. It's also really, really good XP, so that's kind of a pleasant way to get your favor points. Then once you have some favor points, just make sure that red Vine Blossom or any color Vine Blossom seed is planted, because you'll need that to get seeds. And then you go to the offering stone and you just click withdraw, and you get seeds and teleport bags, and you'll get some Juju seeds. And that's how you get them, and you will need them for Hunter. So this next method of Hunter is a pretty involved one, and you will need a lot of those Jidenko seeds, so hopefully you guys can keep up with me, and I'll try to explain this as best as I can. You will need an orange sapling, you will need level 59 construction or some coins to pay Papa Mambo to build stuff for you. You will need a blue Vine Blossom seeds, green Vine Blossom seeds, which you can buy from Papa Mambo. You will also need Calferberry and Lurgberry bush seeds, which you can get from hunting the Jidenkos or spending favor points. Now what you want to do is you want to plant the orange tree in the patch. It doesn't matter if it grows or not, you can just use it while it's a sapling, it's completely fine. Then you want to plant the blue Vine Blossom, the Lurgberry bush, and build a thermal vent in the middle, and then wait a second till the igneous Jidenkos spawn, and then you want to switch and make a boneyard in the middle, and you want to use a spade to dig up your bush and dig up your flower as well. Again, they don't need to be grown for this method, they just need to be planted, and that works. Now you plant your green Vine Blossom and your Calferberry bush, and once all that is done, you have to do this, and you're going to have to redo this every 10 minutes, which is kind of annoying, but trust me, it's a really good Hunter XP. Now make sure you have some Marasama plant traps from Papa Mambo. You can buy them from him, they're really cheap, so don't worry about it. And then you want to follow me down to the area where I'm going. And since the Jidenkos last for 10 minutes, even if you remove the flowers or the boneyard or whatever it is that is required to attract them, they will still be there. So you'll have both igneous and carrion Jidenkos spawned, and you can catch both of them. This is incredibly useful because the igneous Jidenkos are required to make the Juju farming potions, which in my opinion are by far the best Juju potions, and you want to stock up on a lot of them in the long run. So this is a really great method to train because not only is it excellent hunter XP, but you'll also be getting a ton of marble vines, which you will need for the Juju farming potions in the long run, and you'll be really glad that you got this out of the way now instead of having to go back and hunt these stupid things later on when you don't really feel like training hunter and you already have 99. But anyway, if you need to rewatch that to fully understand what was being said, because again, this is kind of a complicated method, feel free to, but it's very good XP, and you won't be here for too long, only until about level 89. Now, the method that I kind of hinted at earlier that was really good XP, but you can only do it for so much time a day, is Grenwalls. And what you'll be doing is you'll be using that Big Chinchompa minigame that I talked about earlier. You can play that twice a day, and if you get the max amount of points, you can get up to 300 Grenwall quota tickets a day, which means you can catch 300 Grenwalls a day, which is about 350k Hunter XP a day, and you'll also get about 100k Hunter XP from actually playing the minigame itself. So you'll get about 400k to 450k depending on your XP boosts and all that XP a day. And once you do that with at least level 80 Hunter, I would not recommend doing this below level 80, and I would definitely recommend using an Arctic Bear, because even at level 80 you're going to fail quite a few traps, which is really annoying, but you don't use up tickets for failing. And then you also want to buy raw Poya meat on the GE. It's not that expensive because people get it out of those divine box trap locations all the time. So it's only about 1.4k per Poya meat, and every single Poya meat is going to be used to catch a Grenwall, which will give you anywhere between 20 to 25 or even 30k per catch, because they give you lots of Grenwall spikes and sometimes even herbs. Now, they give you a lot of XP per catch, especially if you have the enhanced Yaktoi stick, which is 5% bonus hunter XP, so it's very good XP per hour. The XP rate varies so much, 180k to 270k, because at lower hunter levels you're going to fail a lot here because they are kind of difficult to catch, so just keep that in mind. However, it doesn't take very long to bank, and also remember to bring a bone crusher. I neglected to mention that in the video the other day I made about Grenwalls, and I apologize, but it really helps because your inventory will not get cluttered up with bones. But this is also great money, so feel free to train this way, slowly but surely getting 99. This next method of hunter training is definitely my favorite way to train hunter at high levels because it's really easy and it doesn't require doing like 100 million things of prep before hunting like Draconics do. Technically, Draconics are the best XP in the game, but in my opinion, Crimson Skill Chompas are a lot better because you don't have to do all the prep of catching other Jidenkos to get seeds and all these potions and stuff. Crimson Skill Chompas, you just go there and lay down your traps. Now, the one thing I can say is I made a guide on Crimson Skill Chompas a few days ago that goes a lot more in depth than this video ever could. So if you really want to be interested in catching Crimson Skill Chompas, just click on the link in the screen to go to that guide. It's going to explain it a lot better than I could in just this short little segment. But again, this is what I would recommend for you to get 99 Hunter on, or getting it through the Grenwalls and Big Chinchompa. I will show the Draconics because they are the best XP, but these are a lot less annoying. So this is more what I'd recommend to keep your sanity with, and you'll get a still good XP rate up to 240k an hour if you're following the method that I show in the Crimson Skill Chompa hunting guide. Perhaps even more than that if you have like an avatar bonus on your world and you're just faster at hunter than I am, or something like that. But anyway, Crimson Skill Chomp is a great way, and you earn a decent amount of money, about 1.5 mil or 1.2 mil an hour-ish from them as well. So if you are interested in the absolute best way to train hunter through Draconics, you can't catch them yet because first you have to catch yourself some diseased Jidenkos so that you can make Juju hunter potions, so then you can catch Draconics. I know this is why I kind of said they aren't the best. First you want to plant an orange tree in your little patch thing, and then you want to plant a boneyard. And then after all that, you want to follow my exact route, and this is admittedly an extremely annoying way to catch Jidenkos, but you have to do this because you need the diseased vines so you can make Juju Hunter potions, and you have to have Juju Hunter potions so that you can catch Draconic Jidenkos. So you're going to need to do this for quite a while. You'll probably need around 80-ish Hunter potions for 99 Hunter, so that will take around an hour or so of catching these. It's not the worst thing in the world, and it's like 80k Hunter XP an hour, so it's not a complete waste of time either, but it is annoying because you have to run around this area a whole bunch. But just do that and make sure you're planting some of those Urzil seeds that you're getting gain from hunting the Jidenkos because you need those to make the hunter potions as well. And then you can just combine the diseased vines and the Urzel potions to make Juju hunter potions, and then you use the Juju hunter potions to hunt the Draconics. Now it is time for the granddaddy of them all, the Draconic Jidenkos. So how to get the best XP rate for Draconic Jidenkos, you will need to first attract them, which requires a Lurgberry bush planted, a Dark Pit built, which requires 80 construction, or you can pay Papa Mambo to do it as well. And then you also need to plant a red vine blossom in your flower patch. On top of all of this, you will need energy potions, which means you will have to bank quite often. They do speed up the XP by quite a bit, so these are required for the best XP rate an hour. You will also need the Juju Hunter gear, and if you want to know how to get that, I'll have a link on screen to a video that will show you how to get that, as well as the Witch Doctor mask. They are quite old videos, however, the method has not changed at all since that video was made. Again, you will need a Arctic Bear Summon, as I talked about a little bit earlier, and then you want to go into your game settings and click Hide Familiar Options so you don't click on the darn thing and it doesn't mess you up. So what the energy potions are for is you want to have both the energy potions and your Marasma plants on your action bar, and you want to click on press the button to lay the Marasma plant, and just after you do that, you want to drink the energy potion and then wait to see the Marasma plant actually appear on the ground, and then you can move. And the reason for the energy potions is you lay the Marasma plants like twice as fast on the ground, so you spend a lot less time actually laying the traps and a lot more time running between the traps and checking them and getting XP. This doesn't seem like it would make a huge difference, but it really does. It can change your XP rate from like 260k to 300k an hour. And if you really want to hunt Draconic Jidenkos, you should probably be serious about Hunter, because they're not worth doing at all if you're not going all in on them, because otherwise you'd just go with Crimson Skill Champas. So as I said earlier, these are the best Hunter XP in the game. However, the only bad thing about it is you don't earn any money for them. Also, the Draconic Vines which you get, which are used to make Juju mining potions, the mining potions just aren't as useful as they used to be because they don't bank your ores anymore in the Living Rock Cavern, so that really made the Juju mining potions a lot less useful. And just the fact that there's so much prep involved in actually getting set up for the Draconic Jidenkos, when you have to get all of the Witch Doctor gear and spending all that time catching the diseased Jidenkos for the diseased vines, and all the time spent getting seeds, I do not think these are worth it, and I would recommend Crimson Skill Champas. However, if you decide to do Hunter for a really long period of time and you catch all of these things in bulk, you will spend less time in the long run with Draconic Jidenkos and you will be getting more XP per hour. So if you're going for 120 and you want to get it in like the fastest amount of time possible, this is probably your best bet. However, if you're just going for 99 Hunter and you're going to stop there, it's much better just to do Crimson Skill Champas or go for those Grenwalls. So that's about all for me in this Hunter guide. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and you didn't hear it from me, but you can also dislike the video if you disliked it. Not like I can really stop you from doing that or anything. Also, I will have a link on the screen in the description to my other skill guides. I have a skill guide for every single 1 to 99 in the game. And don't forget to leave in the comments what you would like to see next for the next 1 to 99. I'm leaning towards summoning as the next 1 to 99 guide that I'll remake, because that one's pretty desperately in need of remake. But if there's a skill that you would really like to see instead, and a whole bunch of people agree with your opinion, I will go ahead and do that one. That's it for me. Good luck on getting 99 Hunter or even going for 120, and I'll see you guys next time. Farewell.
We'll be right back.